Hello there, Brianna is with you today. It's been a while since I've done a live video, and this is a topic I've been wanting to speak about. This is something that I get a lot of questions about, being that on my Facebook page, the word witch is my job description, on my Instagram page as well, and I've gotten some flack for it, Not many people like the word witch, and the ones who do like the word witch are not always using it properly. So I wanted to come on this live video today to clarify, what is a witch? What makes me a witch? Are you a witch? And what is the love-hate relationship we have with this word? Because being a witch is not an easy thing. The word witch comes from the word witten, which is a Latin word, and it means wise one. This phrase of a witch could be referred to a male or a female, and this word was started to be used in early Europe, around the Constantinople Empire. So we're talking, just around the 1000s. And what you're actually saying when you call yourself a witch is three main things, and I want to get super clear on what it is. The first thing is that as a witch, we serve the great mystery. We don't know shit. Any witch who claims to know about where we've come from or where we're going without also the disclaimer, and I might be wrong, is not a true witch. A true witch in her core, and I'm going to be using the feminine pronoun here because most witches are women. In her feminine core, a witch knows that we don't know shit. And that's actually the basis on which she's able to build all of her magic. Where we came from and where we're going, who our starseed is, what's out there in the universe, what the earth is actually made of, whether it's round or flat. We actually don't know until we experience it. In conjunct with that first rule that the witch is connected deeply with the mystery is the second rule, which is she only believes anything she's experienced. A true witch will only believe that which she has experienced. We are empiricists. We are the original scientists. We do not make up theories. We live our experience. We only prescribe herbs and medicines that we use on ourselves. We only use techniques and spells that we have used on ourselves for ourselves. We know what happens because we put ourselves through the test. To be a witch is, first of all, to acknowledge the mystery. Second of all, be an empiricist. Do not claim anything for yourself unless you've lived it, witch. And I hear women out there throwing out this word witch, and they've never cast a spell. What does it mean to cast a spell? It means to intentionally use your words to create something different in your reality with intention. I'm going to say it again. To cast a spell, to use your words to create something different in your reality with intention. That's casting a spell. Neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, even good coaching is actually spell casting. Right? So we are stepping deeper into that empirical evidence. We can only share spells with others that have actually worked on ourselves. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a deep dedication to all sentient beings. That includes plants, animals, humans, that our work is here to serve all sentient beings. It's here to serve the plants. It's here to serve the animals. It's here to serve beings. It's here to serve myself as well. But we know that all of our knowledge gained from diving deep into the mystery, for loving our empirical evidence, is actually 3 for that service. Witches are dedicated to utilizing their gifts to serve other people. If you're calling yourself a witch because it's fun, you're not a witch. You're welcome to be an actress. You're welcome to be a pretender, but a real witch is deep in that third step of diving into the service. When our cup runneth over, when we get so excited because we've dove deeply into the mystery, we are so deeply connected to empirical evidence, we can't help but serve. When we've noticed what actually works for us, we can't help but serve other people. That is what true witchcraft is. It's that place of, wow, I've found what works for me. I can't help but give it to other people. That is the sign of a true medicine woman, of a true witch. Her cup runneth over. She can't help but share it with everyone around her. It's bubbling out of her. You try to contain her, you can't. It drives her crazy. A true witch, if she is withheld from giving her service, will go insane. Do you know any women who are out there, if they're not serving, they're going insane? That's definitely me. If I'm not sharing that which runs my cup over, I will go crazy. And I had to learn that the hard way. The first several years of me diving deep into my medicine work, I was very much about doing my work by myself, isolated, diving deep into the mystery and getting all the empirical evidence I needed. I didn't want to take anyone's word for it because I was tired of listening to mostly men, bless you, but mostly men in authority positions telling me what to do with my medicine, telling me what to do with my voice, telling me what to do with what I had learned. And I was tired of it. I had to go out and serve to actually understand what it meant to be a teacher, what it meant to be a guide, what it meant to be of service to another. And I had to do it falling flat on my face. Remember, as a witch, we're empiricists, so we want to get the evidence that actually shows that our work is working. So you have to go out there and work it. But it's first diving into the mystery, understanding the unknown within yourself. Second, getting that empirical evidence that what you have done actually works for you. And then 3, going to service. I see also witches or wannabe witches, people, men and women going out there trying to do step number 3, when they have not surrendered to the mystery and they don't have empirical evidence. If you have not done breath work yourself, don't be teaching breath work. If you have not sat with medicine 10,000 times, do not be serving medicine. If you have not been studying yoga for several years and feel like a very strong teacher, please don't teach yoga. That's my personal opinion. At least if you're going to call yourself a witch, you need to have that strong empirical evidence that allows you to go into service. Service without empirical evidence will drive you crazy, will run you dry, will take away all of your zhush and not allow you to show up for nobody, least of all yourself. If you try to give service without empirical evidence that what you're delivering has actually saved you from hell, then there's no business for you to be doing it. Personal witchy opinion. Number 4, the final step of being a witch, because we like 4s, we like the 4 directions, we like the 4 seasons. The final step is about duty, responsibility, and ethics. It's something in the world of coaching, of medicine work, of medicine men and women that nobody talks about. Fucking ethics. Hold yourself accountable. Get someone who's older than you, who knows more about what you're doing, and get them to make sure that they have their eyeballs on you so you don't go egos gone wild your next spring break just because you're starting to make money in your spiritual healing business. It's very important that we as witches have older sisters, have older brothers who've walked down the path with us and help us see the things that we can't see. There are things that we cannot see. There are parts of our ego that we cannot see, that we need a coach or an older witch or a guide, a spiritual guide, a medicine person who we look up to, who we see their life and say, wow, the way that they're living in all of their life, sexually, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, they're holding themselves accountable, so I want them in my life so I can have that reflection for me too. The 3 biggest things that I see in leadership, specifically spiritual leadership, that break people down are these 3. You ready? Number 1, sexual deviance, that they are going outside the ethics of sexuality and either preying upon their students or preying upon younger or more vulnerable people in order to feel better about themselves. Number 2, rescuer mentality, Jesus Christ mentality. They think they're a savior of the world and that they're going to save the world or help the world. Or number 3, financial discrepancies. They are not in integrity with their finances. And these are the 3 roadblocks that I see to spiritual leaders actually stepping forward into power. And as a witch, that's step number 4 of you staying in integrity and keeping peers and people around you who will keep you straight. Have a fucking coven. If you don't have a coven, you're not a witch. If you don't have people around you who can call you in on your bullshit, you are not a spiritual healer. Done. If you are riding solo and you do not have people who can look at you when you are feeding your own self and others bullshit, then you are not a helpful person in the spiritual field. Please go get a community before you start serving other people, because we've all got egos that we need to make sure that we keep in check. And that's step number 4 of being a witch: integrity, ethics, responsibility, duty. You cannot do that on your own. You cannot do that on your own. It is vital that you have a tribe that surrounds you, because those 3 areas of sexuality, of rescuer mentality, and financial discrepancies, those things will sneak up on you if you don't have people to surround you to help keep you in line. Trust me, I know from my personal experience and watching the people around me fall. I've been in this industry, aka the spiritual industry. What a funny thing to say. The industry is always referred to as Hollywood. But with the spiritual movement, we have this whole other industry that's coming forward, and we don't have a council. And I'm calling for a council. Women, witches, men, those who are spiritual healers, I'm calling for a council of ethics and responsibility so that we can come together and really be able to call each other in. I've been hearing way too many accounts of people taking advantage of each other financially with their power. Rescuer mentalities, people thinking that they are the ones, that they're the ones here to bring it, that they're the Mary Magdalene, that they're the voice of Sophia. Fuck that shit. Any true witch knows that every single one of us is the oracle. Any true spiritual healer knows that every single one of us is Jesus Christ. Any person who is actually seeing God knows that every single one of us is magnificent, glory, beautiful, sons and daughters and others of the one source creator. And anyone who claims to be the one voice of that is a fucking liar. We are all it. We are all it. You are it. I am it. And there's going to be people further down the road. There's going to be people who've released more emotional and spiritual mucus than you. And you need help from them. You need support from them. You need a coach. You need a guide. You need a witch. Absolutely, when you're on this path. I've got one. I coach people. I work with people to bring out their inner witch. But Lord knows I need someone helping me bring out mine too. I've got to be on my edge so that I can be on my edge for my beloved, for my people, for my children, for my family, for my clients, for my tribe, for the people who sit in medicine circles with me. They're getting a class A witch because she is surrounded by those who don't let her get away with bullshit. So I thank you to my community who shows up for me, who calls me in when I'm starting to slip in any area, but specifically those three where I'm seeing a lot of brothers, I'm seeing a lot of men slip in spiritual leadership. I'm in a conversation today with the fourth woman about sexual assailants here in Southern California who are posing as spiritual leaders. Men who are posing as massage therapists, as tantric healers, as organizers of spiritual events, and use their power inappropriately to get in bed with women. Here we come. We're coming for you, brothers. And anyone who inappropriately uses their power, that is called dark magic. That is when you utilize the shadow to overpower someone, and that is dark magic, and it will no longer be supported. I work with the shadow very deeply, and I have no fear of it. I have danced with my demons, and I know how dark I can go, and therefore I am not afraid of you. And if you are using the shadow to manipulate someone else, that is dark magic, and that is not allowed in my coven anymore. I live here in Southern California, so just be aware, any brothers or sisters who are manipulating their energies to get money, to feel like the rescuer of their people, or to sexually manipulate anyone, we're coming for you. This is not allowed in my coven. This is not allowed in our community. And if you stand up for that, I want you to give this a like right now. I want you to be able to share this video and call in your brothers and sisters. It's not calling out. I'm not naming names here. I'm not flashing anyone. We've all made mistakes, but what it is, it's calling in. It's calling into circle. It's having a deep conversation of you are utilizing the shadow for magic that is no longer bringing more light to the planet. If what you're doing is bringing more darkness and not transmuting it so people can actually integrate it into their lives so that they can live better, so they can make more money, so they can be nicer to their barista, so they can show up for their families. If your work is not helping them do that, then you are utilizing dark magic. If what you're doing is adding more stress, more heaviness, more depth of ickiness into someone's life and not helping them transmute it, that is dark magic, and we need a council to be able to hold each other accountable. I want to touch a little bit on how this dives into, someone said something that I wanted to mark on. I hope this didn't flip over. Can everyone see me still okay? Did it flip funny? I don't know. I'm going to keep going. How this can dive into the battle of the sexes, right? Because as men and women, we often hear of this so-called battle of the sexes, but I just want to give a little bit of a history lesson. Someone says sideways. How do we make it go? I'm trying to unflip it. Rotate your phone. Am I back? Did it go back? No? Let's flip sideways. I thought I couldn't even flip it sideways. Damn it. I'm going to try to fix it, guys. My phone's being silly and it's not letting me flip it back. I look flipped. No! just go sideways. I really want to talk about the battle of the sexes. Ah! Sideways! It's not letting me rotate my phone. It's yelling at me. Damn it. Well, I don't know what else to do to make it not go sideways. So I'm just going to start talking. You're going to have to watch me sideways. So we're just going to deal with that. The history of the Battle of the Sexes begins long ago and far away, but I want to pick it up around 1000 AD. We're developing the Eastern European and Western European empires, and we're having this really big discrepancy with the Middle East, and the Crusades begin. Around this time is when the rise of the Christian and Catholic Church gets very, very strong. And right around this time, too, women are the main medicine people in Europe. I'm going to have to do another video about this. That's all it is. All right, share this video if you love it. I'm going to talk more about witches and Battle of the Sexes in the next video. I love you, my witches. On this video, we have the 4 steps that tell you if you're a witch or not. I dive into why we need counsel, especially as spiritual healers, and how I'm done with the bullshit of sexual assailants in our communities. I love y'all. Share this video if you love it. I'll see you soon. Peace.